Welcome to another edition of Fantasy Football Come True Outtake. You can catch us every week right here on YouTube and all social media outlets. You can also catch Fantasy Football Come True every week on Tobacco Road Sports Radio, where we're on every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. And of course, that's the show that I host, Hot Rod Thunderbird. But Fantasy Football Come True Outtake, these guys, B. Foster and Ron Fun, they need no host. Why? Because they don't. That's why. They're going to tell you what the deal is this week, what players they're putting their bread on. And so here we go. Fantasy Football Come True Outtake. B. Foster and Ron Fun. Here go the boys. B. Foster, we rolling with you, baby.
All right, man. So start with me. Let's see what we can do this week, man. Looking to have another good week, man. I tell you, man, every week that my team has been healthy, man, I have made money, man. So hopefully my team can stay healthy this week, and we're gonna be all good, man. So the first guy I'm gonna give you guys, man, I'm going to San Diego, man, and I'm going with my guy Justin Jackson, man. He's a running back for the Chargers. He's only 4,900. We still got Austin Eckler out. Justin Herbert is lighting things up there in San Diego, man, a rookie quarterback, and I think Justin Jackson is going to be carrying the load for him against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're favored. Jackson got 59% of the snaps when they played the Saints. Again, just coming off injury, I think he gets more of that this week. He got 15 carries and 5 catches that week. So expect more of that from him. And at 4,900, that's a steal against a terrible Jaguars defense that's giving up a lot of points. One of the worst teams against running backs. And we want to attack those type teams. So Justin Jackson, 4,900 for the Chargers is a good play this week. Also, my next guy, a difficult position for us, man, but I'm going to go to the tight end position, man. And I'm looking at Austin Hooper, man, for the Browns. Austin Hooper has seen his role increase week after week. If I look at the first 3 weeks of the season, he got 2 targets, then 4 targets, and then 4 targets. The last 3 weeks, he's got 7, 10, and 6. We like that. We like to see that increase in role for our guys, man. And Cincinnati, again, terrible against tight ends. In week 1, when Cincinnati and the Browns played, we had we had 65 points total scored, and we like to see that. Jarvis Landry is playing with a broken rib out there. And he catches those short to intermediate passes. I like Austin Hooper to take over that role, even if Landry's out there. It may be a little bit of a decoy. So Austin Hooper, only $4,000 for the Browns. Get him in your lineup, man. I'm saving you some money this week. I'm taking Ron Fun's role, going a little value, 4,000 and 4,900 guys there. So Hooper and Justin Jackson. And my last guy I will give you. Let's see who we can snag up for you, man. I'm gonna stay value. And Hot Rod doesn't like me to talk about his Cowboys, man, but I'm staying with his Cowboys. And my guy Antonio Gibson, man, he's been on the cusp several weeks. He's been on the cusp for several weeks. This week, he's only $5,000. He's come down in price a little bit. He's getting about 15 carries a game, getting a couple catches a game. I expect the football team to put up points this week against the Cowboys, as so many other teams have. Everybody saw Monday night what Kenyon Drake to him. Kenyon Drake, who struggled all season long. So look for Antonio Gibson. Doesn't have to have 160 yards and 2 touches like Drake does. But if he can give me 80 yards, 3-4 catches, 60 yards through the air, and a touchdown, he more than pays off his $5,000 salary, man. So that's three guys for you, 5,000 and under, to get in your lineup this week for some values, so you can get those big names in that you want.
No doubt. B. Foster, you got the 3 guys: Justin Jackson, Austin Hooper, Antonio Gibson, Ron Fun. Who you coming with?
Hey, man, this week, the pressure's on, man, because I told you we've been hitting on all cylinders the last couple of weeks. So this week, fans, take everything with a grain of salt this week. But, it's hard. It's hard working under pressure. But I'm going to do my best this week. I'm going to go out on the limb with one pick, and then I'm going to give you some mainstream guys on with the other picks. Mainstream, easy money to help you out with your cash game lineup is Teddy Bridgewater coming in at 5,800. He's going against the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints have allowed a lot of touchdowns against the quarterbacks that they played. Additionally, the New Orleans Saints have had 75 plays the last game that they played. In the last 3 games, average 60 some plays a game. That means they play up. That means they get an opportunity. The other team will also have to play up as well. The Carolina Panthers will also have to put points on the board if the Saints are putting points on the board. And so that only bodes very well for Teddy Bridgewater. I'm predicting he's going to have at least 3 touchdowns, period. I don't know if he's going to run the rock, but he's going to have at least 3 touchdowns this week. And then I'm going to stay mainstream. I'm going to pick on that star on Rodney's head again one more time. I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin. You know, he's had at least 7 targets every game. He's their number 1 receiver. He's going against a weak Dallas secondary. He's their primary target guy. He has Kyle Allen. They're going to have to throw the rock a little bit because I think Dallas is going to put up points this week. I'm not saying Dallas is going to lose just because I'm going against you. I'm just saying there's an opportunity to put up some fantasy football points. And then also with the price point that McLaurin is, I think he's coming in pretty cheap this week. I think he's coming in at $5,800. So at $5,800, McLaurin is a great value to add to your team. And then I'm going to go way out on a limb. This is a guy I found last minute, last week in my season-long games, and I wish I would have put him in my daily fantasy football last week, is Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick coming in at $4,600. That is a really attractive value for fantasy football players. I know he's going up against a very tough defense this week. The Kansas City Chiefs, they don't really give up a lot of points to wide receivers, but you know, his price point is really attractive. Denver has their starting quarterback locked back. That helps their passing game significantly. The running game seemed to have struggled a little bit with Cortland Sutton going down as well. It only gives other opportunities to Tim Patrick. Then also with Fant, the tight end, having some health issues, it just makes Patrick's job that much easier. So I would say if you're going out on a limb, a GPP, you need somebody cheap, $4,600, Tim Patrick, put him in the lineup.
There you go. You heard it. Ron Fun. You coming with Teddy Bridgewater, Carolina Panthers QB. Terry McLaurin, Washington Football Club, wide receiver. And then Tim Patrick, wide receiver for Denver Broncos. Did we hear you correctly?
Yes, sir. I'm going out on a limb on that Tim Patrick, though. Don't get me if he don't show up. But
you heard it from Ron here. There is a disclaimer on the last pick right here on Outtake. Well, fellas, we appreciate y'all doing what y'all do here for the fantasy audience on Outtake, and they have heard it first. So hopefully they take heed. But B. Foster and Ron Fun, they're giving it to you right here on Fantasy Football Come True Outtake. Remember, audience, catch our full 30-minute show every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. The show that puts money in your pocket. Fantasy Football Outtake. Holla back.